Hi, my name is Lexus, and I'm going to be going over the Wild Honey Pie site again, but this time talking about the principles of design. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is the focal point. I don't see this site as having a main focal point. I would assume that you would find more of a focal point on like a site that is like selling products, and if they have something that you're really wanting to endorse. But this is not really necessarily that kind of site, and I don't really see like a main focal point throughout the entire site. For contrast, they do a good job in contrast. The first one that I noticed was this very light white background versus the very colorful art that they have throughout the site. It's just very colorful, and the white and this color doesn't really clash and has a lot of good contrast. The next contrast that I saw was these more inorganic shapes with these more geometric squares. They have a lot of that going on throughout it, as well as this decorative font versus this more sans serif, simpler kind of font that they have. The balance throughout the site is asymmetrical. There's nothing that's like completely symmetrically flipped on any part of the site, so it's all very asymmetrical. They do a really good job with movement. A lot of the content is different, and it's very colorful throughout, and the sizes change, so all of that combined creates a lot of movement and makes me want to just keep scrolling through the entire site. It just keeps going with all this color. There's a lot of rhythm. They do a good repetition of these square shapes that are very geometric, and they kind of just continue all throughout this. And then if I went to the playlist page, it's just continued all throughout this, so it just keeps repeating the same kind of layout, which is really nice to look at. They do repetition of this blue, yellow, and white color scheme. No matter where you go, they always display this confetti-looking blue and white and yellow background, and then these little flags across the bottom, and that's just kind of repeated throughout the whole thing, as well as this decorative font and then this more formal kind of font. Those are also repeated out through the whole site. There's not a whole lot of perspective. A lot of the pictures are hand-drawn, so not even really in the pictures. There's not a whole lot of perspective, so overall just not a whole lot there. This site, I feel like, is really unified. They did a really good job creating this nice kind of clean, artsy feel, and I'm calling it artsy because a lot of the art that is displayed is all hand-drawn, which is really nice. It's super colorful and super bright, so it reminds me of something like Young and Hip, and it all is tied together with this very decorative font. And they carry that style throughout the entire site, and so I think it looks very unified, and they did a great job with Unity.